All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Today we talk about the March Madness, the NCAA Championship, how all that went down, because last time we recorded was last Wednesday before the Final Four, so we still have to touch on that too. The Nuggets fired Michael Malone. He doesn't like being called Mike. That's some stupid shit. I'll talk about later.
Okay.
And is Shador sliding down draft boards? That and not actually much more. So whatever else random shit. Yeah. So, but I am here with my guy, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the multi-time flag football champion. What is going on, Daniel?
So what's up, man?
I fucked that whole thing up, but hey.
I mean, I forgot all about the NCAA championship, to be honest.
I mean, it was very forgettable, so that makes a lot of sense, actually, honestly.
I was like, when I seen you send the list out, I'm like, NCAA championships. I'm like we gonna talk about the teams who got the most or something? Like, what are we talking about? Then I'm like, then now you said the NCAA. I'm like, oh yeah, the basketball one, the one that was like 60-63.
This shit that was 3 days ago. Oh, that shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so
let's go back further though. All right, let's go back a little bit further. Let's go back to Saturday first, because I have to talk about Saturday's games before we get to the championship, because that's a whole other thing. All right, Auburn.
So we didn't talk about Duke?
No, that was Saturday.
But I don't know why I thought we did a podcast.
We did talk about Duke, but we talked about Duke
winning.
We talked about Duke going into the Final Four and who was going to beat that team. And
I don't know why I thought I was in a whole different way. I thought we didn't talk. Yeah,
we can start there.
Yeah,
we can start with Duke.
We
can start right with Duke.
Well, let's just talk about, since we talking about this NCAA championship, or let's just say
the tournament, in general.
Tournament. It was more about, like, this really showed, like, playing the game to, like, the last whistle. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Comebacks from, like, and it shows you, like, well, I guess at least with college, like, the margin of error and how, like, one player really can, like, take over a game.
Totally. Or ruin the game.
Right. So, but in Duke aspect is and then it's been like this since Texas. Free throws at the end of the game, people automatically just don't know how to shoot them no more.
Yeah,
and
that's rough too. Yeah,
like I said, it started with Texas in the round before you even get to the playoffs. They was up about 9 to 10 points with like 3 minutes left against Arkansas. Missed like 3 sets of 1-on-1s, the front ends. You talking about 6 points potentially. So, and then it's been the story, and then comebacks like crazy. And it's crazy. Let me take this. Florida being the comeback kids is kind of wild being the 1 seed. Like, can we stop this? Like, oh, the comeback kids. Well, they're the one. They're a 1 seed.
Some of the favorites,
like, right. It's just like like they came back against really good teams as well, or they was already favored against the teams they came back against anyway. So, but I think it still was Duke's tournament to lose, and I don't know who said. I think it was Nick Wright. Like, Duke was probably watching that championship. Like, we really just screwed one up. Especially while she's just like, if that's the Houston we was gonna get, like, they could have dropped 90 on that Houston team.
You would think,
but that Houston team, man.
Florida was favored to beat Auburn too. That's why I was like, wait, they were favored to beat Auburn. They were 3-point favorites basically over Auburn. Like, so you're right. Like, call them the comeback kids. Like, it's some like story.
They just made a story.
Y'all basically was the three. Y'all basically was the 3 seed, like the third 1 seed. So it's like, come on, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I just heard that. I was like, the comeback. You say that about like the 6 seed who made it to the Final Four.
An 11 seed that made it to the Final Four. Yeah,
it's like the 1 seed can't be a comeback kid. Like, why are you down, buddy? Like, but
if you,
go
ahead.
No, you good.
Well, I'll get into
it.
my tangent then, because college basketball is really hard to watch sometimes. that's this Final Four. That's what it showed me. Is like, it's really tough to watch. Just listen to these numbers are disgusting. 4 for 11, 3 for 10, 4 for 13, 0 for 4, 1 for 4. 2 for 8, 3 for 9, 0 for 3. These are the shooting lines in the Duke Houston game. It's it just gets nasty. You know what I mean? Like, Duke. I'll just go to Duke first because that's the obvious play. That we talked about Duke the most. We talked about how they had so much more NBA talent than basically every other team, and none of that shit showed up.
And none of it mattered. Yeah, it's just
like Knipple and Cooper Flag. If you look at the box score, nobody else might as well played. You got Cooper scored 27, Knipple scored 16, and then Proctor, Sion James, Malawach, and Malik Brown all collectively scored less than Cooper Flag did by himself. So just think about how little help he was getting. Malawach was in foul trouble, but when he was in, think about this: he didn't get a single rebound.
7-2.
He's 7-2.
We're just talking about this.
He still played 21 minutes, and he didn't get a single rebound in the Final Four. That's the type of shit that like makes college where you just watch and you're like, what is happening?
How?
All you got to do is box out one time, and you should be able to get a rebound. You should be able to get a rebound within the first 2 or 3 possessions you're in any game. You should have a rebound.
You should be one of the first people with a board on there. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should immediately have a rebound. Like, there's no reason you should have a rebound. The only reason he scored is because he got fouled. That's the other part. Or no, he scored 1 bucket. My bad. So Malawach being in foul trouble, that's tough. That's
especially
also,
being 7-2 in Florida. Not they tallest guys.
Houston, 6'9".
Yeah, 6'9".
That's what I was just about to say. Like the biggest big on Houston was maybe 6'10", maybe. So there's no excuse. Who's Roberts? What is he? Let me go see what he is.
Juwan Roberts,
6'8".
6'10". Yeah.
He listed as 6'8", so he might not even really. He might be 6'7". You know what I mean?
Right.
Like. With shoes, that's like college gets weird how they do the heights. Like they just lie.
Man, they just be like 6'2". I'm like, nigga, definitely 5'9".
5'10". Yeah, what the fuck? But I just look at it like, to me, it really felt like Cooper Flag never took the game over, and he never got any help. So when it got down to the end of the game, where they scored twice or 3 times in 10 minutes. And one of them was a Knipple 3, and the other one was a Cooper Flag 3.
But the thing about it is as well.
Oh, can I point out Proctor real quick? Proctor just didn't do shit. I think that's the real reason they lost. Like that's your point guard, basically.
You forgot to mention him because he didn't do nothing.
He just wasn't out there. Yeah,
it's just like I'm starting to get cardio. Like this is what this is. But being up 9 with 3 minutes, we have to have some type of like awareness. You get what I'm saying? Just like take the full 25 seconds on offense and get the best shot available. So if we don't get the best shot available, box out and get a board so we can waste 25 more seconds. Or we wasted 25 seconds, get back and play good defense. And then you up 9 and just don't give up a 3 or a foul. Like that's all. That's just simple. Like that's what I would have been like. Get the best, waste time, get the best available shot, get back on defense if y'all can't get a board, and don't foul, don't give up a 3. That would have been my speech. Up 9 with 3 minutes. Like that's it,
bro.
That's it. Like that,
it's just crazy.
And then make free throws. Like that. It's just like that. If you do all those things, you win. But they didn't. That's the point. It's just like.
Well, it looks. I'm looking at it now. There's only 1 missed free throw. They only see that's the problem. Those 2. My bad. So they missed in.
But they missed the front ends of the 1-and-1s.
You're right. Yeah.
So
one of them was the second one. One of them was yeah. That's
potentially more points. That's what I'm saying. Just like what you.
I'm looking at it now, and if you look at the play-by-play, it's so crazy. 8-17, Proctor makes a free throw. It's 45-59. They're up 14. Duke doesn't score a single point until 3 minutes left.
And what's
on
the
a
score
foul. Now it's 55-59. Proctor's going to the free throw line with 3:44 left. It was There was a moment when it was
So
around
they up
there,
5 now.
around that 8-9 minute mark, probably somewhere around there, and they're up 14-15. I was like, the game's over with. It's Duke. It's done. And I remember sitting there watching, and because let me go look. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Because I just remember. So let's see. Cooper Flagg missed jumper. Tyrese Proctor missed 3. Cooper Flagg missed jumper. Cooper Flagg missed jumper. Cooper. Then there's the foul. So literally, they took 3 shots in 5 minutes. They was all Cooper Flagg missing a shot for fucking 5 straight. I remember sitting there being like, "Wait, are they? Hold on, what's going on?" And then I remember just looking at the score and being like, "Wait, they down 4. What just happened?" He was just up 14, easy dragging them. And all of a sudden, you just get miss, turnover, foul.
Letting them score.
It's crazy. Like when you looking at the play-by-play now, it's sick because you can literally, I can scroll 4 times and just Duke, it's just 59 the whole way down. And then you get to that stretch when they finally do score. So Proctor makes the shot, right, or he makes both free throws. And then we just get into this weird like back and forth of just missed shots. Mm-hmm. And that was my point of like college is tough to watch sometimes because you just come down and you just see clank, turnover, clank, turnover, clank, turnover, clank. And eventually I was just like, hey, what? Is Houston going to win this game? Is that what's really about to happen?
And that's why it's only 2 rounds in the NBA. And boy. Yeah, because it's just like, yeah, it's still college, and some of them are real good basketball players, but it's the difference between college players and NBA players and things like that. But
how many times are you going to let a man, I'll say man because he's grown. How many times are you going to let Sion James inbound the ball after he just slammed his fucking head into the ground? He just knocked himself out like with 10 minutes prior, 20 minutes beforehand, and you have him inbound the ball not once, not twice, but 3 different fucking times, and he failed all 3 of them. Like the first time, okay, cool, that's a mistake. You put him in the second time and he fucks up the inbound, it's over, pal. How about we get our point guard, one of our 2 point forwards that are 6'8" and handle the ball. Anybody that handles the ball. This man somebody that can pass.
Somebody can get the ball in at this point.
We have multiple people on our team. I'm pretty sure they average like 4 or 5 assists a game. And we're putting Sion James in there. Like, he's not bad, but also like you've got Cooper Flagg, you've got Knipple, who have been, and Tyrese Proctor, who those are the guys that run the offense.
Right.
Tyrese Proctor has been garbage. Have him inbound the ball.
Right.
And how many times have we seen in this NCAA tournament, in the NBA, specifically in the past 2 months, on game-winning shots, nobody guards the fucking inbounder.
Right.
In these crunch time moments, it's been happening. It's been happening constantly for the past couple months.
That's like the new hack.
It's the new thing. Yeah, you run some play and the inbounder usually just walks up the court with nobody guarding him. Somebody has to come out back to guard that man. And you might get some crazy half-court heave or at least get the ball up the court. Dude couldn't even get the ball up the court. They was up.
Yeah, no.
All they had to do was just walk the ball up and hit something, get fouled, do something. There's 30 seconds left. All you got to do is get the ball in. You up 3 with 30 seconds left. You can't even get the ball in. And you got 5 NBA players on your team. But that's college. It just...
Somehow they can't get open. They are supposed to be in the NBA.
It's crazy. But it's not even that. It's just pass the goddamn ball. I got to go. What is he averaging? Let me go see. Sion James averaging 8 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah, like... I mean,
he'd be cool overseas somewhere.
This shit just bothered me. Like, come on, dude. I'm not even a Duke fan, but like,
no, I'm just
KU fan. There's some weird connection to Duke that we just constantly have. It's annoying, but I didn't want them to win or lose. But I didn't want them to do that. That shit was sad.
Well, I mean,
Especially because
Right. I
Houston's in the
mean,
Big
I didn't.
12. Like, get the fuck out, Houston. Get out of here. Well, how did Houston become some powerhouse basketball team? What the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, I guess the last 4 years,
Yeah,
5 years,
ever since
it
they
seemed
got in the
like.
Big 12, bro, they've been going crazy in basketball. It's I don't understand.
Yeah, somehow some other Big 12 team, man. But anyway,
Man, in another Big 12 team in Texas.
yeah,
Oh, man, that's sick. But, yeah, like, that shit was sad, man. Yeah, Houston won. They shouldn't have won that game.
no,
When you
well,
shoot how
no,
they shot 37% from the field. They shot better from think about how this shit don't even look right. They shot better from 3 than they did from the field.
a lot of teams starting to do
What the
that
fuck
now.
is that? Like how? How are you that bad? It's just getting shit pinned on the glass, just missing layups. Like, man, you have
Well, they were
multiple
scared to
people
take that
shooting.
bitch in.
Ugh. Well, if it wasn't for LJ Cryer, I wonder what they shooting percentage. It would be bad. It'd
Oh
be
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. Well, you seen how they shoot in the championship game, right?
Cause let me put a calculator up because I can't do percentages in my head. 14 divided by 47 is 29%. So without LJ Cryer, they shot 29% from the field. How did they win? You just won because Duke choked. I hate
Yeah,
that.
that's
Who
that was
won
the
the game?
ultimate
Who
blender.
lost the game? It's like,
Well, when
come
you
on
up
now.
that many points with that
20.
much time left,
Yeah.
it's a blunder, especially being Duke. At this, Duke had so much on their plate for this year winning the championship that if they would have lost, it would have been their fault. Like they was in that position where
Yeah.
if they win, it's because they Duke, and if they lose, it's because they did some ultimate
They
collapse.
choked again.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, if Houston would have played how Alabama played when they just went 50% from the 3, 25 from 51,
You
then
just
it's just
go
like
off. Yeah.
nobody's beating them. But how that they played that game and Duke still lost, that was an ultimate blunder. Like
That's
the overall
sick.
number 1 seed, I'm sure everybody's bracket was damn near toasted.
Yeah.
Everybody had at least one bracket where Duke was winning.
Yep.
Everybody did. Don't tell me you didn't. If you had multiple brackets, you had Duke winning one of them. So it's just like
Ugh.
all those brackets was it's just like
This shit was
so.
bad, man.
And I didn't have one bracket with Florida winning. All mine had Florida losing the championship.
Oh, I bet. It's just Florida's a weird team too. Like,
These was the weirdest. Like I said, like they were good games because they were close, but how they were close were the reason. It's just like
same thing with
Auburn.
How
That shouldn't
much
have
was
been
Auburn
that
up?
close. Like 15.
Yeah,
Didn't
they
they
was
get
up
up
the
15
same.
and came back? Yeah, and then yeah, because Walter Clayton had like 20 in the second half or something like that.
Yeah, and they were up 12 coming out of half, and just lost it. Literally, damn, that's crazy. Hold on, is it really? No. Okay. I thought I was tripping. I was about to say, it's no way that he just came out of half and did that, but no. So it's just a jumper. Yeah, see, Auburn did the same thing, man. See, I didn't watch the whole Auburn game, but you can see it here. These motherfuckers, it ain't a made shot on this bitch. They came out the half with 46. They didn't score for the first 5 minutes of the half, and Florida caught up, and it was a real game from there. I think I started peeking into that game around then when it was close.
Yeah, because Clayton started doing Clayton shit.
But that's crazy. Like, I wonder, because I didn't watch.
I seen the end when it was just. I knew Florida was gonna win. Clayton got this board and just did the step back 3 on like 2. I was like, yeah, they letting this man go crazy right now. Like the end of the second half, he was just taking over. It's just like at some point, he's just stealing momentum. Just keep stealing it. It's just like,
and it sucks too because is this the game or was it the game before where Broom just whole body broke?
It was the game before.
Okay, yeah. So it's like,
but he was still playing
kind of
semi-hurt. Yeah,
like that shit was the way he fell was so nasty, bro. Like, man, like bent his elbow back, tweaked his ankle, turned his knee, fucked his back up, all with just one little motion. His whole body, he looked like a cartoon folding up. I remember I was just watching that shit like, oh, god damn, bro. How you do that? I ain't never seen an athlete this high level just like, oops, I just broke every other bone in my body. Half the bones in my arms and legs just gave out all at once. And then he came back on the court, but he couldn't use his left arm or one of his arms. Like, oh, come on, bro. It was over with. The fact that the game was this close with Broom being like half-ass from what he'd been all year was like, that shit was still... This is just weird. This is a weird final
What was the final score of that game?
79-73, Florida.
Yeah,
he just took over. Just took over the second half.
That's
And then we get to the championship game, which was equally, isn't it? Maybe the worst game out of all 3 games.
This championship is going exactly how this tournament went.
It's the worst. It's like, oh, you thought those were bad? Watch this.
It's like, watch. We're going to just give y'all a synopsis of what this tournament looked like.
Bro.
People couldn't shoot, and people giving up leads because they don't know how to secure the lead. Like, that's literally
this box score looks like a spring tour. Like Beyonce going on tour in the spring. 1 for 2, 310, 210, 25, 13, 313, 29, 311. She going on tour the whole February and March.
It sounds like a syllabus for your second semester. These are all the dates that's for projects.
Yeah, February 10th, March 10th, February 9th, March 11th. Like, God damn.
We got tests on all these days.
We got tests every day of February and March because can't nobody buy a bucket out here. Ugh. But yeah, it's like this shit it was so nasty.
But it's just like I was sitting there watching, bro. I was watching it while I was working. I'm just like, I can't believe, like, if I'm gonna watch someone at work, at least let it be a good game because I'm actually supposed to be working.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm sitting here watching this,
can't even pay attention.
trying to make sure I don't get caught watching it. Watching this, it's just like
for that, yeah.
It's just like,
for just
please catch me so I can be like, hey, turn that up. All right, it's just like make me turn this game off, like because but it was that job was, man.
Walter Clayton Jr. Like how you do this? How did you do this? He went into the half with no nothing. Just didn't make a shot the whole first half.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was crazy. And so the game ends in the most wacky way. I gotta go back because I watched this, but it's tough for me to really think about exactly what happened because it was so ridiculous. The amount of turnovers and missed shots that can be condensed into like a 2-minute span when it's the end of the game. It's so crazy. So
it's like they forget how to play basketball.
So I wonder how many times. Let's see. It's tie game 60-60 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. I want to see how many fouls, turnovers, and missed shots I can count up in the last 2 minutes. So foul. So let's see. I'll just count through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to end the game. 13 turnovers in the last 2. Do you know how there's games in the NBA where teams don't have 13 turnovers the whole game? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's the last 2 minutes.
This just the last 2 minutes of a game.
The championship,
the 2 best teams in college, and it's just full of missed shots and turnovers. Well, that's why I guess I counted missed shots too in that, so it's not just turnovers, but it's just like that is nasty. You just watching the ball just roll around on the ground,
and this is people's take on it. both these teams are fighting real hard. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
well, if they take care of the ball, they wouldn't have to be fighting that hard. It would
Yeah.
just be kind of like maybe they're getting fouled because they can control the ball or something. But it's just like, and it's like
Just
a
like
lot
two
of
toddlers fighting.
ill-advised.
You don't you're
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna you
like a
don't
lot.
see what you want in that fight. Like I can
It's
watch a
just,
fight for something else.
but it's just like a lot of ill-advised shots, a lot of rush shots. When it's just like, once again, 2 minutes left, tie ball game, get the best shot available,
Yeah.
box out, do
See,
basketball things, and
the
get a
problem for
win.
them, the problem for Florida and Houston is the entire tournament has revolved around just let our best player take any shot. So it's
Right.
literally just get Clayton the ball and get Cryer the ball and just let them shoot. And they did that. What did they go collectively? Collectively they went 9 for 28.
So basically, was watching niggas just shoot the
Yeah.
ball, and I mean, that yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't wait. The thing about it is, it was one of those. That you see how it was definitely one of those games where you just I don't need to see the box score to know nobody shot
No.
real good that game. It was just like it was 60 to 66, 63 to 64, 5 or some
Yep,
shit like it was just
65,
like
63, yep. Ooh. This
that
is
was
rough.
it was easy to forget that game. Like
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I remember because it was so wacky, and the one thing that stands out to me looking at the box score now that I didn't think about, Uzan is 0 for 4,
yeah, he didn't
and
do shit.
that means Coach drew up the play for him to take the last shot. He was 0 for 3. He was 2 for 8 and 0 for 3 from 3, and the coach drew up a play for him to take the last shot.
And he didn't want it. He didn't want to.
And the craziest thing is, here's the craziest shit. There's 8 or 9. There's what? Yeah, 8 or 9 seconds left on the clock. When he goes up to pull it, there's 8 or 9 seconds left. Your defender is closing out the hardest he's probably ever closed out on somebody his entire life. You don't even got a pump fake. At that point, he's closing out on you so ridiculously hard because he's behind the 3-point line.
Right.
When Uzan catches the ball, Walter Clayton is behind the 3-point line. He has to run full speed, get to him, and he jumps at him, and that's what makes him come down. But he's not like, all you had to do was just wait a tick, just wait up, and just take off. Because you only needed 2 to tie it.
Right.
A layup ties it. Going to the free throw line, you can tie the game. But he just decided he was taking the 3 no matter what.
Or clock awareness.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
People say it's hard to have when the clock coming down, but you got to know I'm catching it. You look up real quick before you catch the ball. Like, 10 seconds. Man, if he closing out that hard, we see NBA players do it all the time. Like hard pump fake or no, they come hard and don't even shoot the ball. Don't even leave the ground or wait to leave the ground when he jumps or something.
Yeah.
So you know he's invading your landing space. Some type of like a smart play to draw to get some points. But what he did was like the total opposite, and then just let it go, and then everybody just watching and then it's like I can't touch you no more. It's just like
He can't.
This is how we gonna end this game.
But it might have been smarter for him to touch it. That's the craziest part. It might have been smarter for you to touch it.
Right, to get the
It's
turnover.
a turnover. They got to inbound the ball. It's 6 or 7 seconds left. Well, maybe like 5 seconds. No, it's 6 seconds left now. At that point, if you just go up and just grab it, it's double. They take it out, and you can foul, and you still have a chance because maybe they miss a free throw, whatever, and now you can just chuck the 3. But it's like you just had no awareness. And I lied. This motherfucker, he was at the free throw line. He jumped from the 3-point line at him. So it's like he turned around and had time to I don't have to shoot this.
You're right, but I look at the replay all the time, and I'm even sitting there looking at the play like, what possessed you not to shoot it? Like you still had ample amount of room. Like what did he look closer to him or something? Like
he
that
got
was
scared.
Like you didn't catch the ball right, so you just.
And the other thing is he's jumping at you. If you just stay firm and he runs into you, that's a foul.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So you had anything you did, you could have done anything but what you did. And you probably at least go to overtime. The crazy thing is, it's just on repeat right here. The play, like they ran a play for him. He comes from the baseline, gets a double screen from the bigs. They're still there. So if he does drive, he's gonna get two. He's basically gets two screens straight. He's gonna run past Clayton and basically just run straight to the basket. One of the bigs would have had to drop from the other big setting the screen and try to basically pin it to the glass was your only hope.
But to be honest, the play worked. He just didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. Basically.
Like, we could have did all these what ifs and things like that. At the end of the day, the play worked. He had room to shoot it.
But my thing,
he didn't pull the trigger.
Why not have the guy that's been taking those shots for you the whole tournament, the whole year, do that in that moment?
Good question. Don't know. He has something the coach got there. Like, maybe because they knew it was going to Cryer, so we give it to our second best shooter.
I guess they did jump on Cryer ass though when he touched the ball when they first passed it in. So I guess but throw it back. That's so easy. Like basketball, I feel like just sometimes people they think about it too hard. Like if we're gonna run this weird little pick and roll with Cryer to throw it back to Uzan, who's coming off a double pin down screen from the baseline. Like, throw it back. All the attention is obviously on Uzan. To me, it was just like there was so much time left and so little that happened. That's kind of the travesty, like coaching wise, of like you said, like it was on display. This shit just like, and down the stretch, there's just so many problems that, like, of course, hindsight is 50 or whatever 2020, whatever the saying is. But it's like, yeah, you had 15 seconds or something like that with the ball. Like you could have just done more. He drops the ball with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
You could have literally ran one more action, some type of action. Just throw it back and have Cryer just run around the big and just chuck something. Like anything else. You fucked it up, Houston. You fucked it up. And it's crazy because we don't even get to enjoy the other side of what Florida winning should have been. Should have been celebrating Walter Clayton Jr. dominating the tournament, and he fucking laid an egg. So we didn't even get to do that. Sad. March Madness.
But congratulations, I guess, Florida.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I guess congratulations.
I guess, yeah. They should feel good about it. You know, a bunch of fifth-year seniors and shit on Florida. I bet they hype. Excuse me, Condon is a sophomore. He looked like a...
he is going to be the new Dickerson. Just out there.
Yeah, probably. Just doing shit. At least he does something. I will accept that. No, because
that man had 1 point in the game before.
True.
Against.
But at least he's running the plays, though. He has the ball, and he's passing it, and they run the screens off of him, and he's handling it.
Well, I don't think Florida's dumb enough to try to make him the superstar like Kansas did Dickerson.
But that's what's like. Dickerson didn't even do that. Dickerson wasn't even like a Jokic style where it's like a high post, you get the ball.
You know what he was? He wasn't. He had no style.
True.
Like, he was just out there, just like, maybe he'll get 20 and 10, maybe he'll get 15 and something. I don't know. Like,
maybe he won't. Fuck. I'm so glad Darren Peterson has become the #1 prospect, and he's coming to KU, and the whole team is fucking gone.
Yeah, you know we
score
done
50 a game. Brother.
You know we done talking basketball when we start talking KU basketball.
Whoa! I'm just saying, we got the #1 player in the nation coming to KU,
and y'all still gonna somehow lose in the second round next year. Congratulations! Congratulations! I got more faith in. Is Jalen Daniels coming back?
Hey, Jalen Daniels got to be the same age as us at this point. How old is Jalen Daniels?
I got more faith in KU football than I do basketball.
Nah, you shouldn't know, man. I think, they're going to put together a nice little team.
You see his last 6 games? He coming back for a revenge tour.
How old is that nigga, bro? He got to be done, man.
Brandon Weed was 28.
Oh, my God. Is he not declaring for the draft? Like, what is going on?
Come on now. That man ain't getting drafted.
He could get drafted by the UFL.
It could be a... He'll be under. He'll get an invite to somebody preseason or something.
God damn, he still got another year of
Yeah, because he got
eligibility.
hurt.
You know what?
I
I'm
told
with
you he
it.
was coming back.
Heisman candidate again.
All right, let's go.
Heisman candidate
I got
again.
Archie. I got
Heisman.
Archie. You got
Heisman.
Jalen
No,
Daniels.
no.
Let's
No, not this time.
let's make this early preseason bet.
You not getting me this time. Nah, I need to see him in spring practice. I need to see him spring ball first.
But you know what this
it's
is.
April.
I'm saying, hold it down. I got Archie right now. Heisman. Whoever get in
not happening. Not this time. Fuck,
you want me to go somebody else?
Arch Manning might win the Heisman just being named Arch Manning. Fuck nah, that's not fair at all. And he was projected he could have been a day 3 quarterback.
All right, come on. I got
7th round.
I got Avery Johnson for K-State.
Don't do this.
Over Jalen Daniels.
That's crazy. It's not, but I'm not. No, I can't trust it right now. I can't trust it right now. I need to get a couple games. But Darren Peterson, fuck that. First. We got Darren Peterson. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for basketball season next year. Oh god damn! Bro.
I don't know nothing about this. I'm so far gone from high school basketball prospects. I wait till they actually play in college.
I
or
just know
like an NBA player's son or something like that.
All I know is Darren Peterson is the number one, which is the only reason I know about it. Is because he was number one. That's it. And he just became number one because him and Diabansa played.
Who was number one in class? Who was number one in the class last year? Was it Cooper or Ace?
It was Cooper. Easy. Yeah, Cooper hands down. But like this next class, AJ Diabansa, the dude who's going to Utah.
I thought the dude was going to BYU.
He's going to BYU. Yeah. He was number one. He was the number one.
So what number is he now?
Number 2.
How did that happen?
They played in like one of the last games of the regular season in high school, and they both dropped like 60. But I think Peterson just kind of outshined him, basically.
What?
And that moved him up. That's it. I don't know. Don't ask me. All I know is he's number 1. All I know is I was hyped that he was number 2.
How do 2 people drop 60 and be like, his 60 look better?
I don't know. The highlights out there. I started watching it, but I never. I
sound like a lot seconds. I hate watching high school highlights of like the game. You know why? Because it's literally just one player on that team and one player on that team, and everybody else getting like tip-in rebounds if they miss.
It was rough. Like, it's just watching them come up the court and then basically just taking one dribble past the defender and hitting the mid-range 4 times in a row.
As much as it's nice to go to high school, the top high school in America basketball game because you get to watch the top high school prospect. Spoiler alert, America. It's actually better to watch basketball in like 3A, 4A because they actually play team basketball because there's not like a superstar. And if it is, he still plays team basketball because he's not going to KU.
You know how
he's going to Northwest Missouri State. He's just like,
boy, you know how sick it is? That's why I didn't watch that game because it was both of them just did the same thing. Hey, they weren't holding each other. That's the other one because one is 6'9" and one's 6'4", so they weren't guarding each other.
He's scoring on my nigga. I'm gonna score on his nigga.
It was literally like, all right, the point guard bring the ball up the court, pass it to the star. Okay, it's a 1-on-1 ISO. I'm just literally gonna one dribble past you, pull up. And then AJ would come down and he would one dribble up, dunk. It was like, all right, I'm not watching this shit. I'm not watching you niggas just fucking out here practicing against cones. You niggas aren't NBA players. What the fuck are we doing?
Been at that game after the first 2 possessions and be like, I know where this is going.
But people just hype because, it's people that's going to their school. They hype because these are 2 people that are going to be at the top of the draft next year.
So they could be like, I seen them play in high school and it was, I get it.
But the reality is, it was that. It's like, boring.
It sucks. It's just maybe if I was a high schooler or younger, I would have enjoyed it.
Because you're watching them just do a 3 dribble drill. Like, all right, none of y'all can hold me. I'm gonna score within 1 or 2 dribbles every possession, unless the other guy comes and guards me, and we're not doing that. So
I just don't. It doesn't amuse me anymore. Like it's just like maybe it's my small school spirit where it's just like everybody had to play a hand in our wins. Even though we did have like a superstar who averaged like 40 his junior senior year, like, but Martez he actually All-American at UMKC freshman.
Oh,
he was an honor. Martez Harrison?
Didn't he go to the league? He went to the league.
He went
I thought he
overseas.
made it to the league.
No, he got kicked off the team his senior year.
Oh,
That was the year he was supposed to, but he
okay.
got kicked off the team because of that Title IX case.
I could have swore maybe it was some. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
But yeah, he went to. Yeah, that's a
Either
different
way,
story.
yeah,
He actually was dropping 40 a game now.
that shit's crazy.
But like I said, but it's different being in high school and being on the team. I'm on the team, so it's just like my nigga dropping 40.
Yeah, you
we
like
kick
it.
it like
You just hype because I know this nigga, man. He cold.
right. It's just like shit, yeah. But now,
Yeah,
not here for it.
not at 30.
No,
30 plus hype because of
I'll literally be there. I'll literally be that old man instead. Like, is he gonna pass?
because the best player in the last 50 years of a state is fucking is dropping 40. Is like, okay, you should drop 40. You're the best player in a state for the past 20 years. You should drop 50 in a game, probably. You know, nobody should be able to hold you. But
Yeah, and that's basically what high school.
yeah, that's what it turns into. We had what's his name? Dominique Wilson, 6'10".
No,
Yeah, that shit that shit would be silly. You'd be playing against like some of these shitty teams that like got
don't even have they biggest dude 6'5".
not
It's
even
like,
that.
come
You
on
have
now.
some team the biggest dude 6'2". He's sick. He barely a guard. He can't dribble or nothing. You out there throwing his knee 6'10", 230 pounds.
You got the coach telling me just put your hands up.
Yeah,
Put your hands up and we gonna double.
And it's not even like he just like he just big. This nigga moved normal. So he was 6'10", just moving regular like a regular motherfucker. Like you can't come on now. And they just dumping it to him in the post. Hey, just
yeah, you don't have to you
ain't gotta do nothing, bro. Yeah,
at 16, nigga that know how to hoop in a small school like that,
come on,
bro. Like,
yeah, that shit would be hilarious.
it ain't like he went to like Park Hill South and he was gonna potentially face somebody like 6'8", 6'9", something. Like you go to like a small 3 and you 16 and you can hoop, bro. You taking your team to state.
Yeah,
like it's like Hogan. Like from 07 to 12 had everybody.
Damn, I wish I could remember what his name was. It was a dude that played for. I think it was
Harmon had 2 6'10" niggas back then when we was in high school. Did y'all ever play Harmon?
I think so, but I don't remember who you talking
about. They had
about.
2 niggas that was 6'10". We played them my junior. We played them my junior year, bro. 2 niggas 16. Like, what are we gonna do? They dropped 100 on us.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Damn, I have to look it up later. But it was a nigga that went to Schlegel. I think he went to UMKC or something. He was 6'5". And he was playing center on one side, point on the other side. That was a sick game to watch. It was like, all right, hey. I don't remember what grade I was in. I just remember seeing that nigga going like, that shit is fucked up. He down there just getting the board and pushing the ball all the way down. Like, I don't remember.
Did Quincy?
Nah.
No. How old was you?
I don't remember. I think maybe a sophomore or a junior. I definitely wasn't a senior. But I just remember going to one of them games and being like, damn, bro, that's fucked up. He killing us. He's fucking us up. And he went D1 with the UMKC. I just remember being like, yeah, that makes sense. That's a big ass guard. Like,
but that's a small D1 too. Just like,
I mean, bro was 6'5", 225, 230. Like it was nasty. He was huge. But yeah, like high school basketball shit gets weird. Let's go to the NBA basketball real quick. What the fuck is going on? The Grizzlies, I don't even know if we talked about that last week.
What, the Grizzlies firing their coach?
The Grizzlies fired their coach.
I think we
touched on it. Yeah, I think we did because we ended up talking about.
But the Grizzlies,
where they was in the standings at that time, because that was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
But the Grizzlies are also just.
The Grizzlies are still the 6th seed, by the way. They're still locked into the playoffs at this moment, like today, because they're only 2 games back from being in the play-in. But they fire their coach. Then we turn around a couple days, a week or 2 later, and Denver fires Michael Malone. What is going on? Why are teams firing their coaches and they're locked into the playoffs? Like, what is going on? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I
have a theory. Do you want to hear the theory?
Let me hear it because I'm lost for words. because it just don't happen. It's just before your theory, it's just weird to
It's
me,
very.
especially like 2 years after winning the championship. Uh, well, actually, a year removed, right? Because Boston won last year and they
Yeah,
won the year
yeah,
before
yep.
Boston.
Just
So
one
basically,
season removed. Yeah,
right from winning the championship, and it's kind of just like reminds me of was it the Doug Peterson with the Eagles
yeah,
type move? It's just
yeah.
like what I just like out of nowhere, it's just like type of
It
move.
fell apart. Yeah,
So I don't know. Well, I just,
I have a theory.
it ain't like I got sources
No, I don't
to
either.
tell. So it's just like
My theory is. Let me go make sure this is right before I say this. I think so. Let me. Do I still have this pulled up? Damn. Hell no. I closed that shit out. Jokic came out and said he was told beforehand that they were firing They fired the GM too.
right GM and coach.
So they fired, and the GM and the coach weren't getting along
Right, I heard that
because
much.
the GM
Minutes.
kept wanting to fill the team with younger players to develop around Jokic, and Michael Malone
Like
wanted
no, we need
veterans so
veterans.
we can win now. And what did let me see, where's that article? Yeah, Jokic basically was like, they told me and I understand. That's not good. So Jokic was basically like damn near in agreement. I think so. I had two. Either obviously the number one idea is Jokic wasn't happy. If Jokic ain't happy, you got to fucking go, which makes total
Yeah, but
sense.
what wasn't he? But yeah, but why isn't he happy? Is the question. When he won a ring last year, they blew it. Yeah, and then this year it looked like they was going down the same road. But it's just like, why was it? He
So
still
here's the quote: Jokic has been frustrated with the team's defensive commitment and performance this season. So Jokic was basically like, "We not playing defense," and the
yeah,
coach
but
ain't holding anybody to. I think there was another one where they were basically like, they're not being held. There's like an outside source that was saying they're not being held to like the same standard that they have been, and that was part of it. I have a different
so
theory.
so I get that, but also at the end of the day, you can only teach defense so much, and you got to
Yes.
just have the people to want to have the will to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, yeah, I like you. I'm sure Mike Malone's just like, I don't care, just go score because I don't want y'all to play no defense. Like, no, like some of half of defense is taught. The other half is the will, the intensity. Like, and you actually wanted to play defense.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from somebody who I pride myself in every sport I play is defense first. Yeah, I'm good. I'm real good at the offensive side of balls on the sports I play, but I
Mm-hmm.
pride myself on. I want my defense to. I want people to know me for a defender before anything else. It's been like that in baseball, basketball, and football. So half of it is mentality and your mentality for it. You got to want to
The
play.
will, yeah.
The real good defenders in sports want to play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They
like,
want to get stops, yeah.
and then look at their mentality. They might be people don't like Brooks, Draymond Green. Those are all the people who people don't like,
Yeah.
but they're the real good defenders as well. Like, so it's those type of people, and they don't have nobody like that.
True.
They don't have nobody who's just
Westbrook?
like what. Old Westbrook would have been the
Yeah.
fire, but right now
Westbrook was
his
never a good
fire.
defender though. That's the other part.
No, but his intensity would have made up for it back in his
Yeah,
day.
there's
So, but
because
his, like he
intensity
had it wasn't
only carries so much if you just don't have the like actual skill to play defense. If you
right.
just
That's what I'm
can't, if you're
saying.
just not good at
But
playing
his
defense, like
effort, he had a lot of effort plays
fair.
back then. Like so, not necessarily defensively, but
I
he
would be happy with
he
that if he wasn't a point guard. Yeah, that's like,
right.
same with
Back then
Murray. Same with Jamal
his
Murray. Like,
talent and his back in Westbrook's career, his talent, his effort outweighed his fuck ups. But
yeah,
now he still has the same effort, but his fuck ups outweigh it now. So
yeah,
it's like it's more just like, bro, slow down sometimes. But he can't. But they don't have nobody like
no,
Porter Jr. don't have that.
no,
Aaron Gordon, I guess, is the closest one, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
And it's just
Christian
like,
Braun is
okay. So
willing,
it's just
but
like,
you
and then
know He's a
Joker
willing
gets
defender.
steals, but you don't see him as like somebody
A defender,
who
no.
is a defender. So
Not
it's
at
just
all.
like
No.
I get it. You want a defensive minded coach, but look at Houston with Ime like all those players. They want to play defense.
Yeah, and they do.
Like and they do.
Yeah,
So,
fuck yeah.
so I get what they coaches like. We got to hold a better standard. We got to be defensively minded. Half of the time is defensively minded. You got to have defensively minded players.
True.
So that's my rant with it. So
maybe that's why the GM got cut too. Of like, hey, you built this weird offensive team around a guy who can't play defense, and basically can make other people score. Like, this is one of the rare people that can get anybody a bucket.
He's the type of player that needs, like,
bro, Jokic
a 3-and-D player.
Yeah, Jokic made us think Bruce Brown and KCP were good starters
because they were 3-and-D.
Yeah, that's
as in like play defense, and then I can get you open shots.
I will get you open shots to the basket at the corner. Like, all you got to do is just
but now
play
you
defense.
Now you got Porter Jr. who don't play defense,
and
but
Christian
somehow
Braun,
you still got to get him to play. Somehow he still got to get his shots, and it's just like
that was my theory. Was a big part of so the people up in them upper management places. A lot of this shit comes down to the bag, the money. Hey, we spending this much money on somebody, and what are we getting from them? And I think Michael Porter Jr. might be part of the catalyst for this because he is getting paid basically the same as Jamal Murray, and I have a hard time saying Michael Porter Jr. is more or just as important as Christian Braun in the games. Like, watching Nuggets games, he's like Christian Braun is probably more important of a player for the Nuggets.
Well, it's like, I mean,
the MPJ,
at this point, I mean, you could coin toss. It's just like,
like that's not good. You get paid $40 million a year, and we're basically saying like you or Christian Braun are interchangeable. Like a guy who was 4 years at KU, 3 years at KU.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that's who we're talking about. A guy who's 6'5" and played 3-4 years of college, and you were a number one pick. Like, you were the number one player in high school coming out. I mean, granted, he broke his fucking back, but that doesn't. I think some of this stems around like that. Like, hey, we're not utilizing. You're 6'10", you move like a guard. We need you to either play fucking defense or get out of here. Or score 25.
Right. And the thing about it is,
you're not doing none of that.
Ben Simmons didn't score, but he could pass and play defense when he was healthy.
Michael Porter Jr. is the exact opposite.
The exact opposite.
Don't pass.
He don't pass.
He don't play defense.
Right. He just he scores occasionally.
But he's 6'10" with like a 7'2" wingspan or some shit like that. And he just doesn't do it. It's just weird to see that.
At this point, I guess you trade him to see who you can get.
Yeah, but think about Porter and Tatum. Michael Porter Jr. was better than Jason Tatum in high school.
Right.
Like, and it wasn't even like nobody even thought like, oh, maybe one's better. No, it was he's better. He's clearly better. Like, you could just watch and see. And it's crazy to see we've come this far to now like he's just a heat check shooter, but he's getting paid $40 million. He's getting paid like he's a star player.
He can't find his shot. He can't find a shot by himself.
Yeah, he can't do anything like that, and that's kind of what I mean is like.
But you know what that also means,
and you don't play defense.
What that also stems from
like fuck. What?
Drafting these players who are number one overall prospects going into college, and they don't play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then y'all still draft them because, the potential. No, get some tape, young buck. Go get some. Use this next year as rehab. And then you still going to be the number one pick.
Yeah, look at Blake Griffin.
Everybody's still going to pick you number one if you hold out.
Blake Griffin wouldn't have even been number one pick in the draft in 2009. Because I think he came out 2010, right? No, he came out 2009. Yeah, so he would have been So think about that. Like, think about the Blake Griffin situation. He tears his ACL, right? Freshman year. 2008 was Derrick Rose, Michael Beasley, OJ Mayo, Westbrook, Kevin Love. He doesn't go before any of them.
No.
Coming out of not even close. So you like you saying, hey, get your shit right. play next year, all of a sudden, wow, you one of the top players, and then you go into the next draft, all of a sudden is you and Hasheem Thabit are the 1 and 2 pick.
Like, so it's not.
Like,
So it's
yeah,
just
come
like
on, man.
the only player that I could say. I mean, the people that we could say that did good with doing that is what. Who somebody did it around that time too. Was it that played like 3 games in college?
Kyrie.
Was it Kyrie? Yeah, it was like Kyrie. I
Kyrie
was
played
gonna
2
say
games in college and got hurt and then just set out the rest. I don't even think he got seriously injured, though. I think he got hurt and then was like, oh, I'm done. Like, I'm not playing.
I knew it was a blue and white team. I was about to say D Rose, but I was like, no, D Rose went to a championship. So it was, Kyrie.
Duke,
so, but Kyrie's different. Kyrie can get a shot. Like, we knew Kyrie game was going to transfer. Like, his game was going to transfer. We seen Michael Porter in high school, but we never really knew how it was going to transfer.
Michael Porter Jr. only played 3 games in college. In college. Fuck. So that's that shit. Like, yeah, man, that's fucked up, man.
I don't. But who right now is taking Michael Porter Jr.'s contract for $40 million?
That's kind of my point. Is like he's getting paid $40 and he's not doing anything. So that's on the GM and on the coach. We paying a nigga to just kind of be like somebody who should make $10 million a year. Like we can have Christian Brown do everything you doing and slightly probably better production.
Right.
So that's a problem. Like we can't have that. We can't have you do it. We can't have you making that much money and only doing that. Like, no, fuck no. So I think that's part of it. Because when you think it's like think about we don't think about that's why I brought up the money side, because it's they looking at the book. They want to make money. Yes, they want to win, but they also want to make money. And they looking at this going like, hey, we're paying the team like we have a big 3. And we really have like 1.5 great like good players. Like Jamal Murray is a half.
It's half.
Jokic might count for 1.5 on his own, honestly.
Right.
Like, we be honest.
I mean, if you can consistently get triple double, you probably are 1.5.
You're like a 1.5, yeah, like peak Bron, like
so they
shit like that, yeah. You got a 2.
They probably got 2, but the 1.5 is Joker.
And we paying all of those guys collectively. Let me look real quick. That's $122 million. That we can't do this. So things got to change. It's just weird. I think what the weird part is, teams are just like, let's just do it now. If we do it now, we can figure out everything else later. But it's just weird. Like how is this gonna work? Like, how are the Grizzlies gonna work in the playoffs without a coach, without their coach? Just I don't think.
Right, I don't think the Grizzlies are going to amount to. They first round exit probably, depending on who they met. I mean, it ain't depending on who do you like the Grizzlies over?
Maybe Rockets. Like the Rockets are the one team where they're the 2 seed. So if the right team gets
even though the Rockets are younger, I think the Grizzlies just implode.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Just like. Dylan Brooks playing his old team.
That too. I didn't even think about that. He gonna have that Rockets team hyped as fuck.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see him getting in their head real quick.
Like right now, it's Nuggets Clippers, and they match up well. They match up good. Like that's the crazy part. Like, because I mean, Zubac ain't gonna do shit with Jokic, but like. At least you got a body. 20, yeah, like you got a body to put on him. Like some of these teams don't really have a body to put on Jokic.
Who's holding Kawhi?
Or the Grizz, like I guess we was talking about the Grizzlies, but yeah, Kawhi, like who's Michael Porter Jr. got to hold Kawhi? Right. Christian Braun gonna hold Kawhi. What do we do? Like that's what I mean. What are we doing?
Down for 30 points a game.
Christian Braun got to hold Kawhi Leonard. What are we saying?
Kawhi will hold 32. I guarantee you that series, if they play, Kawhi will average 30.
And that's my point about Michael Porter Jr. It's like, hey, we got a fucking guard that's 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan. He can shoot the lights out. He can basically do everything on a basketball court. He can rebound. He can block shots. He should, in theory, be able to do all these things defensively. Like he can move his feet. He's long as fuck.
And it's bro.
And he doesn't do any of that. He just kind
because
of
he doesn't
is a
want
cone. Yeah,
to.
he's a cone. He's just like, I'll pretend.
I mean, maybe you get a coach. The next coach come in and unlock it somehow.
Like
Maybe he does
maybe.
have it. Maybe he does
Was
have
he
it in somebody to
28?
unlock it.
What do we
But
when?
yeah, that's what
He's
I'm saying. It's just like
26.
you could use. When does somebody all of a sudden become a what? When in his 30s, he's going to become an all
Never.
team defensive NBA
Never.
player.
I don't think it's
I don't
ever
see that.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's never
so it's
happened.
just like, can he get better slightly to make them better? Probably,
He can. You know what?
but
He could in his late 20s, going into his 30s, decide I'm going to be a willing defender.
right,
If he
like
does
a
that, he
willing
has the
defender.
tool. Like, we should be able. Like,
I'm
who's gonna
talking
hold
like passing
Kawhi?
lanes, getting steals type
But not
things.
even that on
Yeah,
ball. If you telling
right.
me
At
Klay
least try.
Thompson can be a good defender, then I feel like
Right.
Michael Porter Jr. is the same build, but he's bigger and
Right.
faster.
There's no way Klay Thompson was at one point the best two-way player in the league, and
Exactly.
Michael
Can't do
Porter
that.
couldn't.
You can't do
Like
that. You can't do what Klay Thompson doing, bro. Are you serious?
this man was arguably the best two-way player for at least what 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, he was up there. Yeah, because he was a champion. He was on the best teams, and he was the defender defending the best players, especially
Right.
before Iguodala. Like it was Klay.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, like Michael Porter Jr. got to do something. I think honestly that's a big part of why all this is happening because they just looking at the team going like, we have no way out of this. We're stuck with Michael Porter Jr. contract, and
We're supposed to have a big three, and who is it? Who's the big three? Who's supposed to be
just say it out loud. Let's say it out loud.
Jamal Murray,
Jamal
Michael Porter,
Murray.
and Joker? That's the three.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked AR, AD, and LeBron before that three.
Yeah, it's just Michael Porter because we know, hey, Jamal Murray at a minimum is going to give us 20 and 7. He might go off
Right.
for 50, so I will give. He gets a pass because he's going to be a steady 20. Like
Right.
I know, no matter what happens, he's a willing defender. He might not be great, but he's at least going to try to defend. He has to. He's a fucking point guard.
Right.
Like you have to play defense to some level, but. He's going to try. It's just the guy over there who just stands in the corner. Can't create his own offense. Like, what are we doing? You don't play defense. You don't create your own offense. Like, you got to do something. And we can't trade you.
I ain't
Your
never
contract
seen
is too fucking high.
I've never seen the third person of a big three act like he the number one. It's just like I'm gonna get my
on fast
15.
break. Yeah, like
nigga be like, don't worry, I'm gonna get my 15. But like, you need to get your 15 the hard way, not
yeah.
the easy way. Nigga, like, what are you doing?
You
like,
need to be Aaron Gordon, nigga.
yeah,
That's it.
right.
You need to be playing exactly how Aaron Gordon is playing, but just go shoot. And even Aaron Gordon is shooting the lights out this year.
At least he shooting like right. It's just like
so. Even the worst thing Aaron Gordon was bad at, he's doing great this year. I think he's shooting like in the 40s. So it's like can you do that? Like he's doing all the other shit. He's rebounding. He's playing defense. Like he's the help. Like he's help defense. Like so he's 6'8", bro. You bigger than him, faster than him. Not stronger or jump higher, but you quicker than him and bigger than him. You got the same type of skill set. Do something, bro. Oh, my back hurt. Okay, so what the fuck? What are we paying $40 million for? Back fucked up, but you can't. But you can shoot.
I mean, Ben Simmons and Michael Porter in one body would still have a hurt back, but
be one of the best players of all time.
At least it'd be a bucket
Yeah.
and a defender. Like it'd be one.
But his back might hurt.
Back still be fucked up. It'd be a
up.
Derrick Rose story. It's just like, man, if his back wasn't fucked up, though.
That's just T Mac. What you just described is just T Mac.
Basically,
with the bad back and all that shit ruined T Mac career. Oh man, but yeah, the NBA is just weird. Like, the question I had with this was even without the Nuggets coach, just adding to this with or without that. Like, has the NBA playoffs? When's the last time they've been this interesting? I was trying to think about it.
I feel like we had this conversation where, I mean, we feel like it should be the teams that we feel like, but it could be like some mix up somewhere.
I'm about to, because last year was not it. That shit, no.
I mean, you had Denver lose to Minnesota.
Was it the bubble?
I mean,
was 2020 the last like genuinely interesting final?
I think it was only
playoffs?
interesting because This is the only thing we could watch.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm thinking 2022, that Golden State run, no. Boston, Golden State, that shit was not, nah. Because Giannis got hurt.
You
And
talking
then
about just
Jimmy
like
Butler.
playoff series?
I'm just saying as a totality, like the matchups going into it, like being hype about the playoffs itself. I'm trying to think the last 2021 maybe. That might be the last
I
one.
mean, I feel like this year, I feel like for the West, it's more interesting. The East, I feel like it's gonna be some good series, but we still gonna know the outcome. I feel like the West is the ones that anything can happen.
Let me look at this. I think it was 2021. I think 2021 was the last time we were like going into the playoffs, like looking at the matchups and the teams, going, okay, this shit is interesting, and then it got
2021,
boring.
what, 4
That's
years
Bucks
ago?
Suns. So in that playoff run, you had the Hawks
Oh yeah,
run where they went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah,
You had the matchup that was supposed to be Lakers coming off the championship, healthy Clippers were supposed to butt heads, but neither of them made it. The Clippers made it
right.
to the conference finals, but the Suns beat the Lakers in round one. You had the Clippers with playing. You remember that shit with Brunson and Luka against Kawhi and PG? That was a crazy one. You had the Jokic and Dame dropping like 50 a game. You remember that shit when he was playing Denver
That's
first round? I think that was the last
who
time.
Damon. In Portland.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah.
crazy. I think that was the last one. You had Bucks Heat, which in theory was supposed to be good, but they got 4-0'd. Then 2021 too. That was also KD, Harden, Kyrie going to play the Celtics in the first round, and then everybody just got hurt. I think that
Well,
was probably the bet. Like that was the last time because you had the KD,
who
Kyrie,
was on
Harden.
that? Who was on that Suns
It
team?
was Chris.
Booker,
It was Booker,
Chris
Chris Paul, DeAndre
Paul.
Ayton, and somebody else. It was somebody else. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. So it was Mikal Bridges, really. Yeah. So
Oh yeah, they had
Booker, Ayton,
that
Chris
young dude.
Paul,
They was
Mikal
young back
Bridges.
then.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we was confused on why they broke up that young squad.
exactly.
But KD, right?
Yeah, and now look, now you're gonna miss the playoffs. But yeah, I think that was it. I think 2021 because you had that Suns team, you had
Damn, y'all
the
had
Lakers
Mikal
off the
Bridges and
championship.
Cam
Yes,
Booker.
yeah.
And, God,
I think Grizzlies, Jazz. That was another series, and it was like Ja versus
yeah,
Donovan Mitchell.
yeah. Forgot Jazz was awkwardly good back then too.
Yeah, Ja averaged 30 in that series. Dylan Brooks averaged 26. But it's like, yeah, I think that was the last time where it was like, ooh, going in, being hyped about the playoffs. So 4 years of just kind of like, meh. Do you
Well, I mean,
really?
this year gonna be different. I think.
No, that's what I mean. I think since then, this is the most interesting. Like, I gotta watch as many playoff games as I can. I feel like
Yeah,
I haven't felt like that since for 4 years basically. Last year was like, oh, the Celtics are gonna win. They're the best team. They've been the best team. Every other team that can compete is like not quite right. The year before that, you had a bunch of weird shit. It was just, Bucks and Heat, and people were getting injured, and it was just awkward. But yeah, so I think this one's gonna be like, this might be.
Cade about to average 40 in the playoffs.
What is he doing tonight?
I don't know who they playing tonight. I
The
don't know.
Knicks? Is he playing? I don't even. He might not even playing.
He might not be playing. To be
The
honest, the
damn
way they've been
NBA.
doing this
Fuck.
shit.
Nope.
No, but it is definitely about to be.
He got 16 and a half.
You on pace for 32.
Yeah, Jalen
You
Duren
on
already
pace for
got
a 30
12 and
ball.
7 and ain't missed a shot yet.
The day I don't bet, because that's my homie. I stay betting on him. They be having his points at like 13 and a half. I'd be like, yeah, I'll take that.
He got 12 right now. That's crazy. What was the last topic we had? Oh, Shador Sanders I
Oh
don't
yeah.
really understand what's happening.
Did I win some money last night?
We I love that feeling. We like, oh shit, I had a bet.
Oh shit,
I
I
forgot.
did.
I forgot. Yeah, boy, you forget you placed them and you go look. You're like, oh damn, hold
Damn,
on.
I stayed off my betting app like, nah, I ain't putting no money in that shit. That shit,
You hit something.
yeah,
Yeah, oh, that's a great feeling.
damn. Now I
So
gotta make a bet.
what's happening with Shador? Like, why is he falling? They're talking about he
Uh,
might fall to the end of the first round. I don't understand it.
it's but Carl, how many times we gonna say this? It's just not a quarterback draft. Like
I know, but
if you looking for your quarterback to take you to that like they think is going to switch your franchise this year. I don't think this is the draft. I'm like I
yeah,
said,
but
I'm better off taking the best available. And if I suck this year, okay, I'm going for next year's draft. And if I suck good enough, I can get Archie.
true.
I will put all my eggs in a Archie in a Manning right now than a Sanders when it comes to
But it's
quarterback. Like
like,
I'm sorry to say, like
yeah, that's a good point. But why? Okay, so Cam Ward is that much better than Shador Sanders? Then
and that's the
that's what
only
the part
thing
that
is like
bothers
it's
me
been so quiet about Cam. Cam
because he's
like
going number two or number one. He's going number
number one
one.
is like
Why? Is he that much better than Shador? There's no way you can't convince
I
me
think
that,
they
like,
I don't think he's that much better. I think Cam has more upside right now that like projection as in like as an
yeah,
athlete than Shador has. So sports is all about projection. I think Shador already has hit what people think he's going to be, and they think he's just going to be a good. And like if your comp is Geno, like what, and he does play like that, and it's crazy because
yeah,
he plays like an NFL quarterback already, man. But he plays like exactly how I picture him. He's going to play in the NFL,
yeah.
just like
And he might have
he's.
a better offensive line in the NFL. So he might. I personally, I think he's gonna get better being in the NFL. If he goes
I
to a
don't
team
think
with an
he's.
offensive line, he will be just as good as he was in college, which is, I think, saying a lot. He's gonna throw picks. I think that's
Yeah,
gonna be the big difference. He's gonna throw
I.
picks.
But that and holding the ball too long.
Oh
That's something just
yeah,
like, regardless if your line is good or not, if you holding the ball too long, you're going to get sacked
but I
regardless.
will take
Like
holding the ball and taking sacks if I'm gonna get a 75% completion rate out of you. We're gonna win game. We're gonna win a lot of games if you take a couple sacks but throw 75%. I'll take a couple extra sacks. That's on you. You gonna end your career faster, but we gonna win some games because of it. So I'll take
yeah,
it. And it to me. I was just looking back because when you said that the Geno comparison, it just made me think of. So going back to 2016, we had a very similar setup. Um, a big, athletic, not as accurate, not as mentally acute quarterback in Carson Wentz versus Jared Goff, who
right.
was pocket passer. I'm not mobile. I'm sitting back and I'm just slinging it. Who like looking back, like you take Jared Goff every time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's why I don't really understand, like, Jared Goff's not big. How tall is Jared Goff? 6'4"?
six,
And Shador
six.
is,
Yes.
how tall is Shador? Is Shador small or something? What am I missing?
No, I thought six. I thought Shador was around 6'4", 6'3", 6'4"
That's what I
too.
thought. He's 6'1".
Oh,
But Cam is
he
only
looked
six
taller on
two.
TV.
See, that's where we getting weird. It's like,
But Cam looks bigger body
but he's
wise.
not. That's what I
Shador,
mean. He's not
but he
though.
just the look. I don't know why, but
They was
now
just
that you
calling
think
him
about,
fat. Just a couple weeks ago, they was like, "Well,
that's what I'm saying. He
he's
look big body
doughy."
wise.
Yeah, but he's 6'2". And that's where this shit gets weird. Like, why is it? It's just him being. So they are listed at Shador's listed at 6'2", 215. Cam is listed at 6'3", 225. So if we take, the college fudging
That's
out,
about the same. That's about the
yeah, you
same.
guys are basically the same
They're the same
size.
size.
Yeah, one's just built differently than the other one. Like, and that's why I don't really get why this is happening. It's just personality, that's to me is what it's starting to feel like. It's like it's kind of like Aaron Rodgers. It's like it's just a personality thing. Like you just a weird
I don't
guy.
think people is ready to take over. But I feel like personality wise, I think him sliding to. I like him at the Steelers if they don't get Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't mind the slide if he goes to the Steelers if they don't. Now if they get
But
Aaron,
where are they
I wouldn't.
drafting? Aren't they damn near like
21st?
Oh, okay.
But if he slide, it's probably going to be at the bottom of the first, or somebody's going to trade back in from the top to get him. Like somebody with a high second rounder is going to trade back in with a bottom first rounder to come back and get him. He's going to be in the first, but if he slides, it's going to be because either it's the Steelers or somebody's trading back in to get him. Do I think? I mean, if he doesn't slide, he's going to 9 to the Saints. I don't like him with the Saints because I feel like you're throwing away his first 3 years in the NFL because who's he? Like they need more than the quarterback. See, this is the thing I don't like. Like people think you just get a quarterback and then we
everything's
good.
Fixed. Yeah,
everything's fixed. It's like no, like the Saints need way more than the quarterback, and I feel like they need to draft the best available. That's not a quarterback, and then figure out the rest later. Like they don't need to bring in a quarterback, ruin that dude's career just because he's a quarterback and he's on the board. Like we don't have to you don't have to draft the quarterback. Do everybody know that? Like just because you top 10 and you need a quarterback don't mean you have to.
We've been basically saying this for 2 straight years now.
Yeah, like, it's just like why
stop doing this?
Unless he's a game-changing quarterback, as in like bona fide, like.
And there's been
like Caleb Williams, 5. Even though, like that type of prospect
6.
Then I don't. Yeah. You don't have to get him. I don't understand why we.
There's been 6 of those in 10 years.
Right.
For 30, there's 32 teams.
And then most of the game-changing quarterbacks didn't come in the first 10 picks, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I mean, Burrow did.
Now
he flipped that franchise. Who I'm trying to think. I'm talking about Lamar fell.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen
fell.
He
was towards the end.
Pat Mahomes
fell.
We drafted up, but
I mean,
he
if
was
you
falling.
Look at who got 15. Picked ahead of him, he fell. Yeah,
right. So it's just like, what are we doing? Jordan Love he wasn't top
25th or 19th, something like that.
Yeah, right. So it's just like. I just don't.
We've been saying this shit for 2 years.
Let's look at all the quarterbacks that was drafted top 3 round. Like we got the Bryce Youngs and the Goffs who took a minute. The Mac Joneses.
Here, let me just give you the pass. What is this? Okay, so we don't. Caleb Williams, we don't know. To be fair, let's just be fair to him. We don't know yet, right? Okay, but if he just does that for the rest of his career, he's better than half the people we about to name already.
Right.
If he just does what he did this year. Bryce Young, that's number 1 pick. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. Okay.
CJ, okay.
Cool.
Well, CJ, okay. Bryce,
No. Anthony Richardson, we don't know.
No.
I'm leaning towards probably not.
I'm leaning towards no. Like spoiler alert before we finish this. All y'all people saying Caleb Williams is a bust. Right now, Anthony Richardson is too. Like you can't in the same sentence. And I'm starting to hear a lot of idiotic takes where Caleb Williams is a bust, and then I say, what about Anthony Richardson? They be like, I like him. He's good.
Yeah. So
I don't want to talk to you about football anymore.
And that's my thing. Is from you, I will listen to you criticize Caleb Williams because I'm holding him to a certain standard. We holding him to this standard that we have for quarterback. We've discussed it over and over and over now. So it's like I'll accept that from you saying that. When I do hear people say that shit of like, it's the LeBron test. When you hear somebody talk about who's your favorite player, it's like, okay, you saying Caleb Williams is a bust. Who's the quarterback of your team you have faith in? Oh, Drake May. Drake May's better than Caleb Williams.
Derek Carr.
But it's like the Drake people that were like, Drake May had a great year. Caleb Williams had a bad year. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's what you just like.
What are we saying? Like, what are we talking about? Like, are we?
Sure,
why are we saying that? Did he play like 7 games and played pretty not great? He didn't play great in any of them. So we at least have moments of like both of them doing cool stuff. But like They weren't great. Neither was great.
No.
But it's like, yeah, if Anthony Richardson did what Caleb Williams did this year, Colts fans would be fucking excited.
Oh,
if
yeah.
Drake May did what Caleb Williams did this year, the Patriots fans would be fucking excited.
Oh, definitely.
That's the problem. All right, let's go. We're at the 2022 draft. The only quarterback that got drafted in the first round in this year, Kenny Pickett. No. You didn't have to draft a quarterback. It's okay. No. It's okay to not draft a quarterback. That's where we're getting at.
Yeah,
2021,
it is.
Trevor Lawrence makes perfect sense. He's coming in as this is the best quarterback prospect we've ever seen. He's 6'6", he can run, he can spin the ball, throw it out of the stadium. Okay, cool. What is Zach Wilson? Because he had one, I feel like Zach Wilson really got drafted because of that one deep ball he had at BYU, where he ran to and he did the typical Zach Wilson. He got drafted 2 in that draft, and
I know you know what I think about Zach Wilson.
I legitimately believe part of the reason he got drafted is because of what we watched him do continuously the rest of his career these next couple of years. Run to the fucking right. And shot that shit as far as he can because he did it one time to win a game at BYU and it was beautiful.
See, this was a test to see if I was gonna bag Zach Wilson, and I tried to flip a new leaf this year and not bag on him every time we turned on this, and he just had to bring up that man's name.
But wait,
he's the word.
2021 is the perfect draft to look at, especially now we're 5 years into Trevor Lawrence. Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Kyle. Oh no, that's second round. It skipped all the way down. So those are the quarterbacks that got taken in the first round. And even then, every single one of them was questionable except Trevor Lawrence. Zach Wilson was questionable at number 2. Trey Lance was questionable at number 3. Mac Jones was questionable in the first round. Like what happened? Like that, and that's the thing is like. You don't have to take a quarterback. A quarterback could change your team. It could also ruin you for the next couple years. And we do this every time where, like, the 2021 draft, we came off Joe Burrow, Tua, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love was the first round quarterbacks. We had a stretch. 2017, Pat, 2018, Lamar and Josh Allen. 2019, who got drafted 2019? Kyler Murray. Is like yeah. But in 2019, 2020, he was doing
decent
good.
Year, yeah.
2020, you have Joe Burrow, so you have a 4-year stretch there where every
At
year
one quarterback came out.
Yeah, one team got a top end quarterback, and then we've went these past couple years where we got C.J. Stroud. You know what I mean? Like,
we Jaden
Daniels. So in 4 years we got 2. And it's CJ Stroud. If CJ Stroud has the same year he had this year, we're going to have real questions about him now.
And the thing about it is, maybe it's good for some of these fringe line top of the first round quarterbacks to drop because
no expectations.
No expectations.
None.
And it's just like, and now they got a chip on their shoulder with no expectation. Rather than now they trying to prove everybody wrong with the expectations because now they are a top 5 draft pick.
It's the same thing. It's the Caleb Williams argument. If Caleb Williams went 14th to the Bears and threw for 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, we're like, hey, pretty good. You know, if that guy gets drafted 15th, we're like, hey, let's see what he can do next year. Yeah, we're not being like, oh, he's a bust because he threw 64%. Like, no, we're not doing that. But he was supposed to be this generational prospect. How about can we start talking about Trevor Lawrence? Hey, why does he just get a pass? You know what I mean? We talk shit about Kyler Murray, and like, it's been 3 years of us not having expectations on him. Why don't we say, hey, what's going on with Trevor Lawrence? Is he good? Should they move on from Trevor? We don't do that. That's the problem with some of this shit. Is like, and I
we
don't want to
can't have
bring
that
race
conversation
into it,
because
but like, we don't really do that often. Like we pick and choose who we do that with, and it's very annoying. Like, why does Daniel Jones get that? That's fucked up, bro. Like, he never should have went that high in the draft, but we still put that on him. What the fuck? We knew he wasn't that good.
I can't believe they did that.
But that's crazy. Like, and he held on to those expectations all the way up till now. Like, when he was with the whole time he was with the Giants, people were like, did they fuck up? It's like, well, wait, like Trevor Lawrence is over there doing the same thing as the Giants.
They went and paid this man too, though.
True, they paid Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I know.
They paid him max contract, basically.
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence is obviously better than Daniel Jones. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think that was more highway robbery than
But who gets talked about more?
But I get it, but the year they paid Daniel Jones to $40 million,
true,
when they could have went out and still had a top 5 draft pick and
true,
went out and got another quarterback in the draft. How many years did they sit on Daniel Jones when they could every year? What year did they give Daniel Jones that quarterback? And see all the quarterbacks they passed on those years that they could have had.
Oh, you mean like drafting wise?
What year did they sign him to that $40 million a year? Like that contract, the big one.
I think it was 2 years ago. I think when we started doing the podcast, that was the year they signed him to that contract. So 2023. He's still on the contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I thought they signed it more than 2 years ago.
2023 through 2026, his rookie extension, 4 years, $160 million. So he's still getting paid that contract until the end of next season.
Okay, so 2 years ago, basically, 2020. So basically, that was from 2023, 2024. Mm-hmm. The quarterbacks they could at least tried out in New York.
A lot.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud. Maybe Caleb.
Yeah.
Like, you talking about maybe Drake May, maybe Bo Nix, maybe all the quarterbacks that came out last year.
Yeah.
Like, just like, you see where I'm going? It's just like, so,
you're not wrong.
But Trevor, I feel like all those quarterbacks, you still would be like, maybe you still maybe have a sudden thought, like, maybe I still go with Trevor just because of age and experience in the NFL, not having to deal with a rookie. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
I mean, I guess, but so is Trevor Lawrence, like,
I think he's
hold on,
damn near on the hot seat, if you want to say it.
Who is better, Kyler Murray or Trevor Lawrence?
Who's better, or who's just had a better career so far?
It's both, because we can't do the semantic argument. We have to have the full better skill and what they're actually executing.
Well,
because you could argue Justin Herbert is better than
Justin Herbert's
Joe Burrow. No, I'm saying you could argue Justin Herbert is better at being
more talented.
But that's what I mean. Is like, so we have to tie in what they've actually accomplished. I don't think Trevor Lawrence has accomplished or statistically been better than Kyler Murray.
Been to the Super Bowl.
Yes, but that's what I mean. Is like, that's why it has to be the totality. Like, so who's better then?
I mean, Trevor Lawrence does have a playoff win.
Fair.
And it's a comeback.
It was against the Chargers, though. Everybody comes back against the Chargers.
The Cardinals, last time I seen the Cardinals in the playoffs, Kyler Murray was in the end zone throwing it away from the defender because it was Aaron Donald. Like, that's the last thing I can remember. That's the last thing I can remember in the playoffs. So
hold on, let me look something. Has Kyler Murray made it to the playoffs? Yes. Yeah. So it was at
that year. Remember that year they went? Yeah, they went
2022.
Yeah,
so it was 3 years ago. And what was Trevor Lawrence 2 years ago?
Because I was at Worlds. Year. I remember because I was watching it. I was at Worlds 2 years ago because I won Worlds. Was it 3, 4? It might have been 3 years ago.
It was 2023, so 2 years ago. Yeah. Damn.
So the same year, basically.
No, 1 year later. So it was,
Okay.
but that's what I mean is like, but like they're not that far off. Like that's my problem. So I guess we have to go per games here because he has a whole extra year, 2 years on him actually. So Kyler Murray is 237 yards per game. Trevor Lawrence 230 per game. 60. Kyler Murray has a better completion percentage, a better touchdown to interception ratio. Like this is what I'm saying. Like it's 2-1 versus 70-50, which is whatever the fuck that goes down to 2-3, like or 3-2, however that works out. Like that, and that's what I mean is like we call Kyler Murray, we say Kyler Murray's not that good, but then we just look at Trevor Lawrence like he still got a chance. Like no, he's not as they're equal to me. Like in my mind, like they're equal quarterbacks. And we just don't give that to Trevor Lawrence. That's why it's just annoying with some of it. That's why I work like some of this shit with to wrap it back around with the Shador Cam shit is like we just pick and choose. Like quarterback is the one position in like sports I feel like where people's personal preference tends to blind them a very specific way. You know what I mean? Where we have a blindness that we just don't view people in the same light, depending on how you feel about them. And that's where it gets annoying. It's like Mahomes. Like people, we pretend like, oh, what is Mahomes really? He ain't really doing nothing. He's got Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. Well, no. Whoa, hold on there. Like I ain't never seen your quarterback throw with his left hand.
Right.
I ain't never seen your quarterback do some of the shit we see Pat do. Throw no looks, throw it sideways, throw it sidearm, falling down. Like that's shit. Jalen Hurts could never even. This man can't throw the ball. He can't throw some of the balls standing straight up with a clean pocket. He can't throw some of them balls.
Throw the ball to a check down.
That's what I'm saying. To a fucking comeback. He can't hit a nigga in the chest on a comeback route. What are we talking about? Now you want him to fall sideways and throw a sidearm. Like no, but that's when people just get these ideas, and that's why that's why it's annoying. Like Trevor Lawrence falls into this basket where we never talk about him, but we talking about Daniel Jones as a bust. Yeah. Oh no shit. Like he's not good. He never was really that good. That shit just bothers me. I feel bad because Shador, I feel like is like why I don't see a massive difference between Cam Ward and Shador. Even personally, like what are we saying? Like one is too confident and brash and he's cocky, but then like you listen to Cam Ward talk, you like they the same. They some young niggas with millions of followers and millions of dollars already coming into the NFL. Like it's the same shit. Like can we just judge them on them? I personally hope that this is one of those same situations where Shador comes in and gets in a good spot. He can wait a year and then just pop back up and just play, and we can just move on. We're not going to move on, but because he's prime son, so we never going to move on. But you know what I mean. That was a long rant. Fuck. Oh man, but that's it. We ain't got nothing else for you guys, man. That's it, guys.
That's our rants for the day.
Yeah, that was a solid podcast. We didn't go 2 hours, but we went over an hour 30, so it wasn't short, but it wasn't a long one.
Right.
So, right in the middle. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that podcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment. What do you think about Shador? Do you think he should be falling? Do you think Cam Ward's better? Do you think Shador's better? Do you think Trevor Lawrence or Kyler Murray's better? Leave a comment. Like,
let us know.
Hit the notification button. It's 2025.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
You know you've been on YouTube. You've been on everything, Instagram, all that. Just hit the buttons. Come on now. Well, yeah, we out.
Peace.